Hey, Brown Beauties. Welcome to Well Honestly, the podcast, sponsored by Brown Women Wellness. I'm Andretta, a functional nutrition wellness coach.
And I'm Akila. We are your mother-daughter hosts, bringing two different generations together weekly to educate you on all things related to health, nutrition, financial, and mental wellness during these changing times.
Once we know what choices we have, we can do better because we know the struggle to stay healthy is real.
We invite you to come as you are, but leave inspired to become your best healthy self. So let's get started. And we bike.
And we're back. Hello to all our podcast listeners out there. We want you to know we appreciate you.
Yeah.
We want you to know we thank you for listening and don't be afraid to pass the word over to other people that you know when you get a chance, because we out here.
We out here. And I mean, first of all, hello, Andretta.
Hello, Akila.
How you be?
I be fine.
Great. Love to hear it.
Yes.
So basically, let's get straight into it because I don't have any I don't have any updates.
No updates?
Not really. Like, life be lifing.
Life be lifing.
I mean, it's the same old, same old.
Okay.
So, do you?
No, we're going to get right into it because I think this is going to be interesting because what we're going to talk about today is something that most people don't pay a lot of attention to, but then you got some people who do pay a lot of attention to it.
I am some people.
Yes, I know you are. So this should be a great subject for you because we're going to talk about the future of wellness, where self-care overtakes the sick care system. So there's been a silver lining to this pandemic.
The sick care system.
Yeah, it's a sick care.
Did you come up with that, or did you find that somewhere?
It's all over the place. Trust me.
The sick care system. It's just a funny play on words for me.
It's all the holistic doctors are calling the sick care system. So, so anyway, we have a silver lining to this pandemic, and one of it was a lot of people started paying attention to their wearables. What is a wearable? So a wearable is like your phone. Most people have some type of app on their phone that pertains to health. Mm-hmm. In fact, Apple has something built in.
It's called I think it's called the Health app or something like that.
It's the Health app. Yeah. And if you utilize it, it would be a great asset to you because it helps you to understand what's going on in your body. Then we also have the Fitbit, mm-hmm. and we have the Apple Watch.
All three things I have tried and am not all of them, but currently having in my everyday toolkit right now.
So you have...
Oh, yeah, I've tried it all. I'll tell you what, I started with the Fitbit. Mm-hmm. Personally speaking, I mean, this was a while ago, so no shade to the Fitbit, but...
You graduated from the Fitbit.
I graduated. I didn't first of all, listen... I know I can't be the only one. With all of this wearable technology for your health, it still has to be cute.
Oh.
It has to fit the vibe. Clunky old watch, quote unquote, and it's just not cute. I had to get away from that one, and now I'm with the Apple Watch.
Oh, you're big time.
Is that big time? I don't know about that.
So let's talk about wearable technology, what it does, why it's so popular right now. I mean, it is extremely popular. Mm-hmm. I mean, my husband sometimes... He goes for a walk and come back and he tells me how many steps he's made, what his heart rate was, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So, and when consumers started spending more time at home during the pandemic, many people started wearing their devices as a means to monitor their health mm-hmm. and seek medical treatment, So what we found was those wearables increased from 9% to 33% this year.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Especially since, listen, I don't know exercise without my Apple Watch. Now, truth be told, you got some Apple Watch haters because it's like, oh, why are you wearing this? You only wear it when you work out, so on and so forth. And I think that that's okay for some people. Like my thing is this, I don't know my workouts without it. It tracks my calories. It tracks how many I've burned, so I set a goal. It'll show me how many I have burned, how long I exercise. If depending on the exercise that you put in and you start it shows the timing. It just does all the things. Your heart rate. I don't know. I don't feel right without my Apple Watch and exercise. So I get it.
Well, the good news is this. Right now, this is what's happening. The fitness tracker, i.e. Fitbit, and smartwatch, they're 63% increase. They head to head. So you got just as many people with the Apple Watch as you have with the Fitbit. So
Oh.
they are smartwatches, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And then here was the interesting one, sleep tracking. A lot of people are starting to track their sleep.
I don't know how people. Somebody let me know. I can't go to sleep with my watch on.
Well,
It's awkward.
it is awkward, but people are doing it because they want to, because most people are not getting enough sleep. Now, some of these wearables will not only just track your sleep, they'll tell you when you're in a deep REM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I get it. So putting them on. And then wait a minute, let's get this one. How about smart clothing? That's going to
No,
be,
thank you.
that's what you say, but I would say put my money on that
It's
industry
coming, but no, thank you.
because we're going to have GPS shoes.
No, thank you. I don't listen. Honestly,
They're
and
going to be in your shoes.
this is a sidebar, but so okay, this is a complete sidebar. I'm gonna get right back. Metaverse, this whole like Facebook reimagine. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Have you looked at like what they're trying to do?
No.
Okay. So you want to talk about fit clothes, GPS, shoes. They're about to create a whole universe. You can date in a virtual reality, like real life date other people in a virtual reality. You can start to like cook in a virtual reality. You can't eat. Well, you kind of, I don't know
Now,
how they're going to do that.
How they going to do that?
Listen, they have it all kind of like spelled out, but for me, it spells danger. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Because it just seems like it's going to take the real reality out of things and put you into like this like simulation. So then when you start talking about GPS shoes,
Yeah.
you're going to start tracking like
Yes, it's
too much
coming.
stuff and the clothes.
It's coming.
And then all that technology on your body. Like it's bad enough it's already on your wrist and always on your ear. It's just, to me, it's getting too much. Bring me back to 1999 because I just don't like all this technology.
Well, your tech players, you know they're going to enter into the space.
Of course.
So when you look at Apple and Samsung and Fitbit, they're going to jump in a minute. And I'm sure, I mean, they're already here, but they're going to always be increasing. And now Google's getting ready to invest in the wearable technology space as well. So, hey, for all you people out there that play the stock market, this might be something to pay attention to.
For sure.
Because the wearable device shipments worldwide by brand, of course, Apple leads the way, as they always do.
I wonder when somebody is going to crack the monopoly that is Apple. I mean, Apple has competitors, but Apple is still top tier.
But that's because they stay ahead of the curve.
Well, I'm wondering because, all good things have to come to an end at some point.
Well, so far, so good. Anybody that has Apple stock is very happy with Apple.
I need to get in on the ground floor for the person that's going to become the Amazon of Apple.
Well, you better pay attention then.
I ain't got time. Somebody just let me know what to look at.
So health watches were first known, for simple things like just counting your steps. But now they done got more advanced. They are monitoring your heart. If you got people out here with heart issues, and also monitor your blood pressure. And I'll tell you something, because our aunt in Atlanta, Elsie, she monitors her blood pressure on her Apple, and it tells her what to do and what not to do with her blood pressure thing. And I'll tell you, I got a confession to make. So, so I am wearing and starting. I mentioned this before about the continuous glucose monitor that I'm going to wear I want to know when I eat something, how it affects my blood sugar. I want to know my stats on a daily basis. So there is a company out here that does that. They're in when you're in the new phase and you haven't launched yet?
Beta?
They're in beta. And so this one is it's going to go to what is called telehealth. Because if you notice, telehealth is becoming big now. Just like people are able to now go online and talk with their therapy counselors. They're also able to do the same thing with telehealth now. And so if you don't like your doctor locally, the telehealth doctors will send you, they do the same thing, actually get more attention because they send you to a lab, they get your blood work done. And if you're monitoring your own health with these wearables, they ask you to send that data in to them and they tell you what your health will be like in the future.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. And so as wearables become more widely used for healthcare, blood pressure monitoring will become an even more sought after feature. So, telehealth services are really on the rise.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, the telehealth service, I love it because I'm able to talk to functional medicine doctors that normally we wouldn't be able to find. We don't live in their city. You hear about them, they're really good, but now you can actually still work underneath these doctors.
Well, I'm here for it simply because I know me personally, like if you let's say you have a good doctor, like somebody that, is popular and they're really good or whatever, you have to make an appointment 4 months out just to see them.
Yes.
And let's say for instance you have something going on and you just don't want to go to like, a random doctor. So going to like a telehealth doctor who, can get you straight to the source of the situation is way better than waiting. I had to wait 3 months just to see the OB, and then she canceled on me. So it's like,
So,
I'm not mad at that
and that
option.
is one of the biggest gripes. Well, as you know, because of COVID, I don't know if you're aware of this, but a lot of doctors are retiring.
Yeah, they didn't had enough.
We're in a crisis as far as the medical professions are concerned. So a lot of them are so burned out
Hmm.
that they are retiring. So telehealth is definitely a way to go because you'll be able to directly talk with them. Because here it is: it's estimated that 1 in 4 men and 1 in 5 women around the world have high blood pressure or hypertension, which puts them at a higher risk of a heart attack or stroke. And so usually hypertension is detected through the use of blood pressure cuff. You know how they put those cuffs on you,
Hmm.
and then they monitor to see how the blood is pushed into your artery. Well, now you don't have to do all of that. You don't have to wait to get your blood pressure wet. You can. There's so many ways to with the wearables who are able to fill that gap. There's a gap, and the wearables are filling that gap. So, I mean, it's a big deal. These fitness trackers, the wearables. I mean, it should definitely help us a lot. Eventually, they're gonna do ECG monitors, where they'll be able to. The Apple Watch is now used on other smartwatches. I think Samsung has one too. So we are moving into the wearables, and I just want people out there to understand that it's good to have them.
Yeah,
It's
I'm an advocate.
yeah, it's definitely a way to find out how many steps you're taking a day. Your workout, like you mentioned.
Keeps you on track. I mean, if you don't know, you really can get caught up in doing whatever and not realizing that maybe what you're doing might not be enough or might be harmful. And it just helps you keep focused and keep on track to like, especially like if you are goal oriented or you want to do better with your health, it just gives you a baseline to shoot for and go above and beyond if you have like a goal in mind for your health. I highly recommend not just the Apple Watch, just any kind of like you said, health monitoring. But I do feel with Apple being on the forefront of their technology that the Apple Watch is like health tracker and all that jazz is top notch.
And here's the thing: your metabolic function, and you're going to hear a lot about metabolic. That word is going to be the word for
It's becoming
2022.
very popular. I've been hearing that a lot, and I'm
Hmm.
like, I knew about this like a little bit of, obviously a little bit a minute ago, but I'm starting to catch on. Like it's becoming
It's the
popular
it's
and
the
popular and
thing.
popular.
It's the thing because your metabolic health is what dictates everything. How long you're going. It even tells you before you get a disease if you're going to get a disease.
You know what else is becoming popular?
Mm.
Popular, the microbiome. I'm
You
hearing that
finally
a
hear about
lot.
the
I'm hearing
microbiome.
that to the point where I'm just like, are you in Dreda or no? Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
becoming popular,
Oh
which is good. I'm actually happy about that.
People are becoming this is one of the silver linings of the pandemic. People are becoming more and more aware of their own health. People want to know more about what's going on inside there, what's happening inside there.
Yeah.
So this is all good news. So there is a silver lining to this
You always
pandemic.
got to look for the silver lining in things. And I, and I
Yeah.
and I do believe I'm really happy that the shift has gone from just completely focusing on Western medicine to incorporating holistic technology,
Yes,
just being key because I mean, it took a lot of people out.
it did.
And
And
so if you don't, it woke those who were asleep up
yeah,
and
absolutely.
those who were up, it's getting you sharper.
Absolutely, absolutely, because there's nobody that's gonna take care of your health better than yourself.
No one's gonna save you.
No doctor, nobody out there. Take care of yourself. So this
Mm-hmm.
is what the wearables are doing. They're giving us an opportunity to look into our own bodies and see what's going on in there, you know? So we're gonna take a break, come back, and we're gonna do our swap of the week, and then we're out.
Let's do it. Do you want to bulletproof your immune system to fight viruses during cold and flu season? A cup of Be Well immunity can keep the doctor away and keep that immune system at optimal levels. There are 8 wild-crafted, organic, hand-picked herbs that will do just that. Go to brownwomenwellness.com and get 15% off your next purchase using code WellHonest15. All right. We're back with the swap of the week. This is a swap that I am here for. Finally.
Let me say a word before you get into the swap of the week.
Sure.
I want people to know too, very soon they'll be able to download these swaps. They'll be able to actually go to our website and get these swap downloads very, very soon. Very soon, because we're going to do these every week from now on. And then you'll be able to go and get that PDF and really get the actual products that we use for the swaps.
Yes, it's coming very, very
Very
soon.
soon.
So today's swap is all about the sweet stuff. The things that make your coffee, your teas, your pastries, all the things, basically sugar. Now, listen, Black folk, we know about that sugar now. You got to either watch it or you not watching nothing at all, right? And you always know when something is off, like this don't taste right because somebody might have did like a sugar alternate or something like that.
I'm good for that.
Yes, you are.
You can come to my house and trust me, you be eating something and you will
know it
not.
don't taste like how it's normally supposed to
But
taste.
it don't taste bad.
Hell, it don't taste bad, but it tastes different. And you can't catch some people off guard like that because it's automatically nasty.
And that's the thing about these swaps. They are an acquired taste. So,
Yes.
and the purpose of the swaps is so that we can start somewhere small and so that we can gradually, because some people, are not going to just go ain't going to become a vegan tomorrow.
That's
Okay.
unrealistic. But an acquired taste can also be something that you can get used to if you start. I was that person. Now, I was like, queen, if it's nasty,
right,
I ain't want it.
Right.
That was many, 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 many moons ago.
Not that long ago.
It was kind of long ago. I'm still not with like everything like you. Everybody's not you.
I know. But you have come a long way.
Let me tell you something about Andretta. If they told her right now, well, that dirt over there has got it does, and she's gonna eat it. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, no, like everybody's just not at that level. However, I've come a long way.
You have.
So I speak from experience about taking your time, and that's why these swaps are gonna be super important for most people. And now, this swap in particular, sugar. So instead of refined sugar, and what we mean by that is your what do you call it? The white sugar, the brown sugar.
Pretty much.
That kind of sugar, right?
Yeah, the ones that you buy in the bag at the grocery store.
Yeah, that you put in your Kool-Aid, that you put in your cornbread.
It says Domino's.
Yes, because that's the one we use. Instead of using that regular refined sugar, let's swap that out. Maple syrup.
Yes.
Maple syrup, personally speaking, is a great alternative to a lot of sugary kind of like laced things. I use maple syrup on my now we're talking about pure maple, grade A, grade B, maple. Not Ain't Your Mama.
Nope.
Not Vermont.
Nope.
Whatever.
Can't buy Vermont.
Not none of that.
It needs to be one. Generally, you do see them on the grocery store shelf. Sometimes depends on where you shop, but mostly the good ones are in the health food stores.
Well, no, I've seen some
Amazon
really good
and Carrie's a good one. Also,
I've seen some really good ones in Jewels and all that good jazz. But the key is it has to have a tree on it.
Is that what the key is?
If it's got some type of like mascot, some type of weird shaped bottle, some type of like gimmick, that's not maple syrup.
Right.
But maple syrup really is a great alternative. I've used it in inside the batter of my pancakes, on top of my pancakes. I've used it in my coffee. I've used it I've sweetened cornbread with it. What else have I done? Like I've even put it like like in things that maybe just in my smoothies, like just a touch, like in a tablespoon, it goes a long
way. It's not like sugar. You don't need much.
But it does sweeten. And what I like about maple syrup too is that it doesn't have like that sometimes stevia and like
that aftertaste.
Yeah, it has that weird kind of background taste.
Right.
This one doesn't.
Here's the other thing about maple syrup. It doesn't raise your glycemic. Okay, so this
glycemic index?
Your index. So your blood sugar doesn't raise nearly what maple syrup as it does with refined sugar. So that's one of the benefits of it. So you do benefit from maple syrup. So yeah, that is definitely our swap of the week.
Yep. And so now, like we always say, please, if you have a moment, go ahead and share out this podcast to everyone and anyone that you know that may benefit from hearing us yap about aluminum foil and maple syrup and all the rest of the things that we talk about. Aluminum foil is going to always be top, side note, it's going to always be top 5, one of those episodes. I'm just like, I can't believe we spent time on aluminum foil.
Yes.
But I've gotten 2 people tell me that they've listened to that and they've since tried to
eliminate as much.
Yeah, they've tried to reduce their aluminum foil and they had no idea the effects that aluminum had on people. So while I was just like, y'all, behind the scenes, I was like, aluminum foil. It really did help some people. So I'm happy about that. So if you know anybody else that could benefit from us, please share. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our podcast downloads on Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. Also find us on social media at Brown Women Wellness or at Will Honestly the Podcast. We've said this before, and we're putting a lot of hard work into this. We have so many new things coming up on the horizon for you all, especially at the top of the year. So just be on the lookout for that.
Hang in here with us, because we're gonna bring you a new episode every week like we do. We drop one every Thursday.
Every Thursday
there's a new episode. So and if you don't get a new episode, you'll get a nice good rerun. But we are doing our best to bring you a good new episode every Thursday. So
yes. Let us know if you have any kind of thoughts, feedback, anything, info@brownwomenwellness.com, or you can just reach out to us on the socials. That would probably be me or somebody else that will respond back to you. And yeah.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Well Honestly, the podcast. If you want to know more about us and our products, check us out over on our website at brownwomenwellness.com. And remember, ladies, we are not doctors, and any information shared by us is not medical advice. Always follow your doctor's advice.
And don't forget to rate and review our podcast and let us know what you loved about this week's episode. And please subscribe to wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Feel free to email us and let us know what you would like to hear more of from us. Don't be afraid to say hi. We'll say hi right back to you.
Don't forget to find us across all social platforms at Brown Women Wellness. As always, show notes with links to what we talked about today in this week's episode will be in the description box below. Thanks for listening.